to stay with you, babe, and it hurts me that I feel so out of place. Heavy weight, I can't be here any longer. I'm split apart, back to the start. Thought it was you, still doesn't feel right. Don't wanna hurt you now, tell me how I can fix your heart. Fix your heart, 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 fix your heart. Fix your heart, fix your heart. I can fix your heart. Fix your heart, fix your heart. Try to stay with you, babe, and it hurts me that I feel so out of place. Heavy weight, I can't be here any longer. I'm split apart, back to the start. Thought it was you, still doesn't feel right. Don't wanna hurt you now, tell me how I can fix your heart. Can't get faded alive any longer. I've tried out and all of the signs falling around the won't last. I don't wanna fall down, push myself to the ground. There's a way around it, so let me fix your heart. So why now? Show me how I can fix your heart, fix your heart. So why now? Show me how I can fix your heart. Can't get faded alive any longer. I've tried out and out of the signs falling around the won't last. I don't wanna fall down, push myself to the ground. There's a way around it, so let me fix your heart. Fix your heart, 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 fix your heart. I can fix your heart. Can't get faded alive any longer. I've tried out and all of the signs falling around the won't last. I don't wanna fall down, push myself to the ground. There's a way around it, so let me fix your heart. So why now? Show me how I can fix your heart, fix your heart.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to the greatest show on earth!
Phase 2.
What's happening, everyone, and welcome to another EP of the NFT show, the Not Fazed Talk Show. And we've got a special guest then.
We do.
We've got Distortion.
Fuck's sake. I must know by now.
I wanted to see if you were going to say it right.
We've got young Diztorted in,
Hey.
and he's smashing it at the minute. Well, fair play to you.
Yes,
So,
you definitely are, mate. Definitely taking off with your bang, bang, bang music.
It's taking his time, like, but it's just,
hard work, mate. That's all you have to do. Just continue doing what you're doing. How did you get into up-tempo and that sort of stuff?
Mate, I don't even know, to be honest. Like I grew up listening to like hard style, like
Yeah.
Headhunters and Tone Shifters,
Yeah.
Wave Styles,
Yeah.
Frontliner, all them.
Like us
fellas.
all.
Aye, but then I started getting a wee bit harder with Anger Fist and all, and I don't know what it was. Must be a few years ago. I just seen up tempo and I just fell in love with it.
Aye, that was it. It's
See,
just
I always just called up tempo hardcore.
Yeah, that's
but
what
there
it
is a
mate.
difference. Like there is a difference
It's just
in
There's a difference
Yeah.
between up tempo and
mainstream hardcore.
Oh, aye, big
sorry.
time.
See, it's once you start splitting them into the different sub-genres of all
There's
that
so many.
speed music, you're like,
speed music.
it is speed music.
Because whenever it was the same with us, like raw style came about in the hard scene,
Aye.
and I was like, oh, it's just a wee bit like it's the way hard style was back in the day.
Is it a wee bit the way hardstyle
It's
was?
the way, it's the way it was.
You've been
back-
having some of that estrogen from last week, have you?
But it was the way hard style was back in the day. It was like that. Like Zanny would have done a lot of stuff that was like sort of
Yeah.
what you would call now raw, and then they start breaking it up, and then now there's 150 subgenres of hard dance music.
Extra raw, extra raw.
The weirdest one I've ever seen was clowncore. Where
Right.
It's like clown music, but speedcore
The tire
combined.
clown.
Maybe I don't know. Whenever I started hearing shit like that, I was like, that's not real. That's,
no.
that's got to be a meme.
Clown.
Aye.
I've never heard of that.
I remember Techno Boy tried to do one too. It was called the Undersound. That's what he done like 3 or 4 tunes called Undersound.
Right?
So it was like hard style, but in the break he had like Ruffian, wasn't it Ruffian?
Ruffian.
Ruffian over the mic going, and it was like boom, boom, but it was weird.
Yeah.
It was fucking cool stuff. Like, but it never took off.
I see. What age are you?
24.
No, I
Oh,
see.
we near forgot his
I
age.
That's how you know you're getting old. When you have to quit. What's the second part of the fucking 20?
Aye,
Like
20.
your early listings of hard music then would definitely be a lot different than ours.
Oh, yeah.
Ours was like 7-minute long tunes, like,
Yeah.
Well,
and most of it was just like fucking.
Can you imagine doing that now? A 7-minute track.
nah, no one listen to it.
Don't.
No,
No, but that's a podcast.
I'm the same too. Very good. See, whenever I like get a promo or something, and I look and it's like 6 minutes 50, I'm like,
That's
You just
that's,
don't-
that's,
I don't
like,
even
that's
look
like
at
a
it.
fucking sick that you're set. Fuck that.
Oh no.
fuck's sake.
Mine's are all fucking near under 3 minutes. Like all. of them.
Aye, ours
But
are all,
that's-
now are all around like
But
3
that's what
minutes.
music is now. I think Spotify has really fucked that up because people just want quick music next thing. Like that's how I think people can get away with bad mixing as well with this
Yeah.
auto mix on Spotify because kids just hear double beating
Aye,
and think
w-
that's just normal.
When he said that to me a couple of times. He's getting in the car and see when it's going from one tune to the other on Spotify. If you do it blends, but
Yeah.
it doesn't blend.
But that's
it
just what
goes
kids
and
think
it's
is-
like du-du-du-du-du-du, like double beating. And he's right. Like whenever the kids who are listening to Spotify all the time hear that in the nightclub, they just think it's normal.
See, I don't even use Spotify.
No.
No, I only use Spotify to listen to Joe Rogan and stuff.
I see. I don't use Spotify for
I
music.
do.
I
I
just do
love
it
it.
for
Like,
podcasts. Like,
I've got loads of different playlists of fucking from rock and roll to fucking
Really?
techno.
Janet Devlin.
Janet Devlin.
See, my mind's just fucked. Like I can only listen to hardcore.
I
I swear to God, like
know.
I was like
feel
that.
you.
I didn't like
Hard style
anything,
cave.
like any pop music or anything, but anything sort of from maybe the 80s back. Loved it. And then just hard music.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And now I have, definitely opened the door to a few more avenues, but it is, you just
I
have
just
that,
can't.
you're just in that little bubble where you're like, I love this. I just love everything about this and just give
Yeah.
me more.
Do you know what? I may piss a few people off here. Like, but you know what the thing I hate the most is Clubland.
Do you?
I hate it, mate.
That's a guilty
I-
pleasure,
oh,
man.
I
Like,
hate it. Like Hexy and all that stuff. Oh, jeez.
tell you what, I'll say one thing. See with Hixie, right? He was playing after us in Kelly's one night, and we
Yeah.
were like, "Why is he playing after us?"
Same thing as you were saying though, because we
Aye.
thought it was just going to be
Yeah, like
Clubland,
all
Hexie. It's
happy
like,
stuff.
yeah,
We thought that, and we were like, "We're quite tough." No, I mean, like, surely I know Hixie's a bigger name than us. Like, this is the first time we met Hixie. He's an absolute legend. Like,
Yeah.
but I'm telling you, mate, he fucking full on French court the end and
Yeah.
all, mate.
Oh,
Blew the
100%.
fucking roof off a place.
I
Did you release that then?
He's definitely one of the biggest acts that surprised me live. Like I
Me and Dave were
know
standing Kelly's behind him going,
He's
"No
fucking
way."
wobbly. Oh man,
'Cause
he was
we
incredible.
thought it was going to be all the bunker shit that like you're saying there.
Yeah.
Like, come show me your hardcore feelings.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking not a
Because
chance.
it was for keeping the rave alive, so
Yeah.
there's a good chance he
Yeah.
could have done it because it's on brand. But yeah, I know I get sort of what you mean about Clubland, but there's been a
I
very
like it, mate.
there's been a big resurgence in it.
Yeah,
recently.
because of Multitunes.
Multunes has
Not
done
even that. Before Multunes came about, Clubland was starting to sort of take off. People are after COVID
and
loving a bit
they
of their
were
old
doing-
shit.
the arenas. in the Odyssey. So like they were about the only like dance brand in the UK doing arena shows, like
Yeah.
sort of were. And then obviously Multunes, he's not really clublandy, but is he?
But,
He plays it all.
it plays a wee bit of everything. Like,
Aye,
it's just
it's a
playing what's
full-
popular, really. Like.
That's fucked the hard scene in Belfast, like.
Oh, it has, like, but here, if I could do it, I'd do it too, like.
That's it, mate.
No,
It is.
At the end of the day, it's a job.
That's it.
You're
Fair
there to
play.
get paid, and you get paid more people you get through the door,
And
unfortunately.
what do we always talk about? Casual fans.
Yep.
Casual fans
That's
are
what
into
it
that,
is.
into that way more than they're into going and listening to us cabbages
Do
play.
you get many casual fans on up-tempo, do you?
No, no. Yeah, it's a very, very niche market.
It
and
is,
I'm trying
aye.
to fit into this niche market. Like, you can play Clubland or Granny and she'd love it.
Yep.
Like, you can't
Yep.
play my music.
Oh, no, definitely not.
We've been
Definitely.
saying this about our new stuff, the new music we made. See, trying to get people to tell you whether it's good or not, it's quite hard. So, like, you would say here, listen to this new hardstyle tune we made, and
Yeah.
most 90% of people turn off.
Yeah.
They've no interest at all. But then see this newer stuff you're putting videos out, and like people I used to go to school with are commenting and like and going, holy
Yeah.
shit, that's class. And you're like, it's just
Because
because
it's
a wee,
more
it's
relatable.
more
Yeah.
relatable. It's not as boom, 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 boom. It
Wh-
is
wh- when you
crazy
do
the way it
though
works.
for a
Like.
niche market and you start picking up an audience, so you definitely feel great because you're like, yeah, yous are on board with my vision here, and it's not just, as you say, casual
definitely.
fans are there for the ride for now.
That's
Like,
it.
I like I said, I was making a few things back when I was just messing about. Like,
Yeah.
I made some hard techno, reverse bass and stuff. It all went like mad on TikTok.
Yeah,
It's like viral sounds and all. Like, and then,
yeah,
But it was just boring me. Like, do you know, like when I started knowing what I was doing.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I liked up tempo, so it was like, right, who else here actually makes up tempo?
There's not many over here. Like.
Not that I
No.
know of, honestly. Like, so I was just like, why don't I just go for it then? I like it.
There's no one actually, is there? In
I think there
Northern
might be a
Ireland?
couple, like, but there's none of them
There's
that
nothing,
actually.
yeah.
Know what I mean?
Well enough, sort of knowing it's
Aye.
it's done behind closed doors.
You're wrecking the tunes out like.
I know, mate. It's sometimes once I have a wee break from it and I go straight back on, the ideas just go.
Yeah.
flowing,
Yeah.
Like I could have an idea for a tune, and then when I'm making one tune, I was like, wait, do you know what? This could be a good one too.
Yeah.
So I open up another project and have like 3 on the go.
And
And
what was
then-
that other thing I was doing the other week? Oh yeah, back to that again. Yeah.
And then there's collabs and stuff I'm doing, and then it's over. They're doing it at the minute, so
Yeah.
I'm working on my own stuff again.
Yeah.
When you find a good workflow that
Aye,
works for
but-
you, as you
aye.
say, taking a break. Like when I went to Lanzarote, before I went, I couldn't do fuck all. I had no inspiration, I had nothing. And I said to him, "Give me 4 days. I'm gonna just turn
Yeah.
off, and when I come back, I'll do it for you." And I came back and wrote 10 tunes. I was like,
10.
10.
but all this new stuff, not hard stuff. It's a lot.
It was
it's,
all,
it's a lot simpler to
softer
do this,
stuff.
but again, it just
Aye,
fell
hard-
It
out.
is so easy to make this like trancey stuff and all. Like.
Hardstyle definitely be one of the harder things to make, like,
Yeah.
because I've
It is.
tried it.
But it's such a challenge. Not again. I think why it's a lot easier for us to make slower music because it's like, well,
Yeah.
That's why
we've made a difficult genre.
we made a difficult genre and we've done it
Yeah.
quite quickly as well. Whereas this newer stuff, it seems to be just falling out our arse.
It-
Like.
It's because you can implement all these other genres into hardstyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like there's so many subgenres to hardstyle as well.
I
Like,
remember when that was a taboo back in the day when it was like when new style started to be born and people were putting like pop
Dubstep.
tunes and dubstep into hardstyle and all the fucking diehards like, what are you doing? You're ruining our music. And now it's just common practice now.
that's what the Dutch are still like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they only like a certain type of up tempo and all, so they do, like most of
Aye.
them. And
Yeah.
see if you play something at a festival and all, it's like not out of the it's out of the norm. People would just be like, what is he doing?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Uh,
Can you please come back into the box here? We're not with you on
That's
this
what I
here.
mean. I was
See, the
speaking-
UK has always been very open to that. Like, I remember, like, without Alex Kidd and Kutsky, hardstyle and that in the UK, hard dance would have been done. Like, it would never have reached the peaks that it did.
Yeah.
But they were always very
Progressive with it.
everything. They started slowly and ended fast. Like, that's sort of the UK way. The UK way is start slow and fast. But then when you start going to the European markets, it's completely different. That's why it's very hard for, unless you do solely what the Europeans do, it's very hard to break in there. Like,
to
Yeah.
get into it.
you're on course to do that, man, because you're doing it the European way. Like, your tunes are very Dutch orientated, which is good. Like,
that, like I was trying to be different for a while, and then I was like, why don't I just make the stuff that I'm listening to and I actually like?
Yep.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
I like all the barbaric record stuff and And
Yeah.
also, I was just like, I like the structure, and also
Yeah.
I would use the Rosa tracks and those references for
Yeah.
structure. And now I've got abundance to play, and I know exactly what I'm mixing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's it.
It's,
'cause
good, it's
you
good
put-
to hear you talking about using reference tracks as well. Because like back in the
Yeah.
day, again, it was taboo to say you'd done that, and people would be like, "Oh, you're copying and all this bollocks."
Oh, everyone does.
But
I know.
even now, there's people who are like, "Oh no, I do all this here." And,
We
again, we've
did
talked
for
about it
we
quite
did
a lot,
for
but
a bit in our probably worst stage of making music because it was like the tunes had started and then we stopped again and then now we're back to solely like using fucking reference tracks. I use reference tracks for mastering and mixing, and there was a period from maybe 2014 till 2016
yeah.
where it was what did you say earlier? It was like everyone was like, oh,
I
no,
said a lot of things earlier.
I
It's been
can't
here for a
remember.
while.
You said something about this, but like people fucking just hate. You can't not use your own kick. You can't not use your own synths.
Yeah.
It was like everyone was like, "Fuck's sake, we're screwed here. We can't release this music." We had music sitting in the hard drive we never released because it wasn't our own kick drum in it.
Yeah.
And then you start to speak to people who actually are professionals, and they're like, "Fucking steal
Yeah,
that."
I mean, like, in my opinion, they're royalty free, so you can do whatever you want with them.
Or you could just make a full track out of a.
No, you can't do that. Like,
Did you remember the one I pulled up the other week
Yeah.
in the show?
see
Your
the-
wee woman, fucking
it was
hell.
the demo track.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's used the
Aye,
demo
that's
track
bad,
like 9 times.
But here again, something we've talked about massively on this. You gotta have a brass neck.
Aye, that's it.
Did you see fucking people were tunneling in the Glastonbury?
No.
Like proper escape from jail tunnels because they wanted to get in. So they dug like these full trenches under the fucking fences to get in, just so they could get into Glastonbury.
I'd tunnel out.
Oh, get me out of here, the fuck.
I-
That shite music.
I don't get how they have political things at it as well. Like somebody was watching some fucking speech about the Tories and all. I was like, at Glastonbury? Really? Like, you paid all this money to go and sit and watch a Tory advert.
Where's he?
What have you
This is
got?
a Glastonbury.
Hold on, I haven't even fixed the volume on this.
Where's he? Yes, here. This is a fucking epic. Like,
Hold on.
but I know, like, what is there? Fucking 300,000 people or something at Glastonbury.
Aye, and then you're using it as a stage to do politics.
Aye,
Yeah.
400 fucking, 400 odd pound a ticket.
No, thank you. Is there no fucking full screen
I
on
don't
this?
think you can do the full screen.
Yeah, watch it.
Ready? Glastonbury.
Fuck away off.
Dominoes. I had the photo of it and then I seen the video earlier and I was like, I'll stick this in.
That's definitely not real. Like, that has to be done as an advert. like.
I think that too. Like, there's no way you could do that all day. Like,
What are the chances that the fucking Domino's beside Glastonbury has the guy with the jetpack? Like, out of all the Domino's in the fucking world, the one beside Glastonbury has the fucking Iron Man
I
suit.
know they probably did do one run, but it was probably just one run for the footage. Like,
Could you imagine actually letting the general, like, do they have Just Eat, but instead of having your cars, to have them jetpacks? Like, could you
Oh, no.
imagine? Like, fucking.
It wouldn't work like.
Oh, no.
Did you not see? Sure, Amazon were trialing the drones. The
Oh,
drone
I had the
drop.
drone,
I-
like the
drone
land
drop
on
in the
lampposts or something.
Fucking hell.
But
Don't get me wrong. In theory, it sounds like it would work, but it would be chaos.
Yeah, but in theory, putting a plastic tube with a carbon fibre hull, 25,000 feet or 12,500 feet under the oceans also seemed like a good idea in theory, and look how that panned out.
And using a Logitech game controller.
Did you see the videos that's going where it's like the Xbox controller down? It's making the Xbox controller down.
Red Ring of Death.
So funny. What a dickhead. But
I know.
see, the thing is, that thing went down. It went down a couple of times and went to the Titanic. It wasn't his first time going.
Yeah.
like. But apparently, I was listening to your man James Cameron, who's like the one that made the Titanic film.
Yeah.
He says it needs to be like complete. The circle needs to be complete, so it needs to be steel or something where there's no
Yeah.
cracks in it. Whereas they were using carbon fibre, so they were sticking carbon fibre in a circle.
Do you not see, because
Fucking
this has all
madness.
happened, he said he's going to do Titanic 2?
Did you see a Family Guy predicted it about years
Oh,
ago?
why, the Simpsons one? Aye.
No, Family Guy.
Or the
mate.
Family Guy?
I swear to God, see if you find it.
See.
I think it's.
I've seen,
you
the
need to skip
I've
about-
seen the Simpsons done one, but I didn't know Family Guy had found it.
Tell you, Family Guy Titanic or something. and skip like 40 seconds in. It's on YouTube. Or is it? Oh, that's it there, Monty.
What a Belfast thing to say. Monty. Monty.
We're going to go down 20,000 feet and excavating the Titanic.
And then James Cameron's down
It's going to be so great.
It says at the start, now that we're eccentric rich guys, we're going to go down and excavate the Titanic.
Mate, did you
Exactly
see
what
what,
happened,
like, it was like, oh my god, people are fucking stranded under the water. This is terrible. But they're billionaires. Ah, fuck Emmons.
Did you not
Fuck
see
him,
though,
cunt.
the guy, it was the British billionaire guy that was down there. His wife's great granny was the woman in the movie Titanic, where the old people lie in the bed and give each other a cuddle before they die. That was based on her
that right?
real life great grandparents, and now her husband's also with them.
Well, I've never seen it.
Me.
Have you not? No. Do you know what? It's a good show.
That I know, that's him showing his age,
I know.
because whenever we were kids, it was all coming out like fuck.
I went to see it in the cinema. That's how fucking old I am. I remember when it came out on VHS that you had to have 2 videotapes because they didn't have tape
so long.
enough for the full fucking movie.
I remember that too.
I used to use them, like
What, videotapes?
Yeah,
Aye.
and cassettes and stuff. It was still there. Like computers were still only new.
Could you imagine cassettes and all coming back the way vinyl is?
You had to
People having to get them big fucking VCRs to watch shit now.
use a pencil to rewind them and all.
That's right.
When the tape got out, you're like, I stick that in there, give it away.
you go to watch it and then it's fucking halfway through the movie. Some cunt hasn't rewinded it.
Oh, that was so annoying when you went the extra vision and some cunt hadn't rewound it. You were like, oh.
Do you ever get your mate lends you a porno and you know whenever you put it in? That's exactly where he blew his load.
No.
I've never borrowed a porno from a mate.
We used to pass him about like fuck.
Especially when I was around when
We used to put it in and he'd go, mate, you were fucking 18 minutes in, you blew your load. Because like, as soon as you blow your load, you're on ejecting.
Like, no,
on the
fuck
box.
I'm done. Fuck that.
Well, I was about 12 when these were about. Like, so no, I can't say it did do that. Like,
No, I never had any porn videos. It was all, I still got the internet.
I know, like I'm talking about whenever I was fucking 9 or 10.
I know, but you're from the fucking wild shangle.
You know
what I mean?
Wild West.
Things operate a wee bit different up here.
What was the video I showed you earlier, the Wild Wild West? I wouldn't even be able to find it. Fucking this the motorway, some boy comes out chasing a cow. He comes out chasing a cow down. This is in America, like he's lassoing the cow on the motorway.
Like properly on the freeway. There's this car just driving along. He's fucking yoo-hoo, your cow. It's like that's something out of fucking Yellowstone.
Have you watched that? Have you?
I've watched 4 episodes of it.
I haven't, but everyone tells me to. Like,
have you seen it?
no, I don't watch anything.
I'm like that.
I don't really watch anything, but I need background noise when I'm working during the day, so I stick on programs. And to be fair, I don't see what the fuss is about.
That's it. Everyone I've talked to said, "Have you watched Yellowstone yet?" And I'm like, "No," and they're like, "You may watch it."
But I also didn't like Game of Thrones, so
I loved Game of
I haven't
Thrones.
seen that either.
No, Game of Thrones was brilliant, mate. That's and The Last of Us. You need to watch that too.
I played it like.
Play the game.
Did you enjoy the game?
I did. I
Like,
liked
if you enjoyed the game, you will love the TV program.
Yeah.
Have you watched The Witcher?
No.
I played the game on that. It's
See,
probably,
I got confused whether that was a TV show or a computer game.
it was a book, then a game, then a book,
Alright,
then a
dickhead.
game, then a TV show.
Right, okay.
But the game was probably the best.
What
thing
is
I've
it?
ever
It's like
played.
Vikings and shit, like sort of.
No, it's kind of like so. The Witcher is like he gets hired by people, kind of like a mercenary, but to kill monsters.
Aye, right,
And
okay.
he's got like all these powers or whatever, but he get turned into a Witcher, which means he's like basically immortal type of thing.
Right.
And he's just stronger than the average human. So they got what was Henry Cavill or something. They do.
I like things like that. Do you ever remember the one with? It was Witcher with Van Diesel, was it?
Van
Diesel.
Diesel. Is that when you order Vin Diesel off Wish.com, is it? Fuck's sake.
Well, but it was him, and he was hunting witches and all and shit like that.
Oh,
It was
was
something
it?
along them
Was it?
lines. Can't remember what you called it.
No,
like.
I've never heard of that.
Van Diesel.
I like all things like that.
Van Diesel. That's the name of this fucking
Yeah.
show, Van Diesel.
He's a Ford Transit.
Fucking
I need some of that
Mercedes
Van
Sprinter,
Diesel. None of that car diesel, just some Van Diesel, please.
some Van Diesel, please. Is it red?
Oh, fuck off, Jason.
I know.
I don't watch a lot of stuff. See, all my free time, I'm just making music.
That's
Watching
the way to
podcasts.
be, mate.
That's how you do it. Yeah, and that's the only way to get to the top. Like, is to not stop.
Well,
Like, see,
exactly.
whenever other people are out drinking and partying and doing whatever, and you're just going full tilt, that's what you do, mate.
I don't even like drinking. Mate. Like I barely
No,
even
I'm-
drink.
I only drink at gigs now because I feel like I've earned the honour. Like our first 4 or 5 years, I didn't touch a drop because I didn't want to be wiped out or fucking drunk or talking to people who
Yeah.
you need to get in with. But now they're all my pals, so I can feel
Yeah.
comfortable and have a beer around them, and I know if I be a dick, it's not going to cost me my reputation or my fucking job at the end of the day.
I don't mind it. Like having one or two
Ah,
maybe.
yeah.
but
I don't
like,
do
I
it
can't
at all
hang. I
either.
can't do hangovers. Like
That's
Yeah,
my problem.
yeah,
I just
hangovers are
hate the
bad.
fucking hangovers.
I got bad hangovers since I was 21. For God's sake. Like,
What, last week?
I was getting like I was getting like 40-year-old man hangovers.
Aye.
Swear to God, like down for 3 days and all.
That's it. It's
And they
the,
had
how
4
many
pints.
days you lose.
I don't.
Afterwards.
I can't drink. Like, so I just. Don't get me wrong. There's the odd time sitting going, "Fuck, I'd love a glass of wine here," and then I'm like, "Nah, think of tomorrow."
No, I
But
can't
see,
drink
see
wine.
back to what you were saying about not watching TV and all. Like, there was a guy in my other job. Turned around. I took a half day because I had to go and finish work we had for a client, and I was helping him with something. He's like, "Oh, you getting a half day?" I was like, "Oh, I've got to go and do my other work." He's like, "Oh, right," and I was chatting away and sort of told him what we were getting paid, and I was like, "Oh, fucking lucky bastard! Like, you are able to make a bit of side cash." I was like, "Mate, no, I'm not a lucky bastard. I've spent 15 years learning a craft, missing family gatherings, losing friends, losing sleep, losing money to be able to earn money on the side. So don't fucking call me lucky,
I know.
because people don't see what." Like, again, not watching TV. It's just a small thing, but that's
They don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Like
No,
Yeah.
the fucking the rejection, the rejection, the thinking you're wasting your time. Because I always said that to you for years, and it's like I just don't want to be 50 and think fuck,
Yeah.
wasted our time.
that's the really reason why I'm doing this. Like to be honest, it's like I don't want to look back when I'm 50 and just know I've done fuck all. in my life.
you've sat and played video games the whole time.
Yeah, nah, I can't.
I
That's
think
what's my driving
John
force.
said
Like,
it to us, Kutsky. He was like, "Fuck, what did he say?"
I don't even remember.
Because I was going to say something, then I remembered
Here he-
another
he
thing he told
says-
us.
he said something.
He said,
He did. He gave us some. Oh no, he was said it was about being an overnight success, and whenever you do eventually blow
Yeah.
up, everybody always says, "Oh fuck, look, you're an overnight success." Like, yeah, I'm a 15-year
where
overnight success.
did they come from?
Yeah.
That's what he's like. Like it's always like, oh, where'd they come from? But no one sees the 10 years prior to that where you were busting your balls,
Yeah.
trying your best. And as I say, the rejection's the main thing. Like, see, whenever you get rejected or like you're not getting put on lineups and on, you're like, why? Why not me? Why not this? You know what I mean?
You're seeing other
I've
people.
I've actually had people say that to me, saying why not me as well. I'm not gonna say who
Yeah,
it is,
yeah.
but
But that, and
I
then
hate that.
That's the tightrope you walk as well when you start running events and stuff, and you've got a lot of friends in the circle. Like, you only have enough slots for a certain amount of people, and it's not that I don't like what you're doing. We can only pick so many. Maybe another one, but people will be, "Oh, you didn't put me on this one, so you mustn't like me."
we had because we were part of a rough tack, and people that had no interest whatsoever in what me or the other two were doing, weren't liking, weren't sharing, never commenting, nothing.
Yep.
Then just coming up out of nowhere saying, "Here, I got a set, mate."
Yeah.
That happened to us with that. Remember we put do you remember we done the post of we were looking new DJs to come and play?
Yep.
And there was so many people, and like we picked maybe 3, 4 that never played with us before. But in turn they were like they were really willing and really up for it. But then there was all these other ones where I sent every single person that sent us a message. I sent every single one of them a message back saying, "Listen, with more shows, I promise, like, if we can get you on, hopefully you'll see you on the 3rd of June. And every one of them were like, "Oh, I will definitely be there, And then they don't come. So that just, to me, means, well, that's all right then.
You're
I don't
doing
care.
it,
mate.
You're not
They don't
playing.
care. They just want it for themselves. Like,
That
Yeah.
rough tag
But don't
night
wanna
went very
support.
well for you as well.
I went really well, mate. Like, surprising. Like, we were getting a wee bit worried up to it. But
Yeah.
then
Aye, that's Belfast.
the one that actually happened, like, I think there was the person doing the door. I think it said there was about 180 people.
Aye.
Well,
Yeah.
all the pictures and videos and all from us.
See,
looked
in
really well.
Belfast, it's last minute.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah,
single
yeah.
event me and Dave have ever done, it's always
The
been...
last
the
week
last
is when
week
it
we
all
have been
is,
like,
yeah.
oh, fuck, we may pull this. And then it always fucking...
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
We were having no intention upon it, like, because we were
It was
just gonna
happening
go
one way or
for it,
the
like,
other, yeah.
because it was our first one. We weren't expecting anything too major.
Yeah.
'Cause, that's what I was saying to Emmons as well. As I remember you said, about the last minute thing, they were worrying, and I was like, just leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be grand.
Because people don't
Know
know
what I
what
mean?
they're going to be doing next week or the week after, and they
Aye.
wait to see what all their friends are doing before they commit to
Yeah.
anything.
It's like you need to start.
You get a
Know
hell
what
of
I
a
mean?
lot just paying in at the door, mate. It's crazy the numbers
I
that just
know.
come and pay at the door.
Even,
there was a
even
lot.
our last one, I remember the doorman, because we had to go on, and there was no one to do the door, because obviously we do the door
Yeah.
for our event, and the guy who was at the door was coming up during our set and handing us money.
Oh really?
Aye,
You
wait,
done
wait,
it?
we're on. He done it for us.
We
That's
sat and
not
spoke
bad.
to him all night. Like, he was a sound guy, and he's like, aye, if anybody comes, I'll just...
And what was
Nice,
it? This
nice
was
one,
after
like.
12, like, and he just kept coming up and having the scores and scores, and we were like, fucking hell, like, people are still coming in.
Also going, one for you, one for me,
Yeah.
one for
Ah.
you, one for me.
Well, that's it. That's the.
Are you
that's it.
planning to do more?
We are, but probably not in Belfast. Like that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. There's nowhere in Belfast, mate.
No.
No.
There's not. There's the Bat. There's Club Honey. That's the only two clubs. Well, Filthies are doing stuff now as
Yeah.
well, like, but there's.
But
Again,
I've done the one, like done I've done the one.
I don't think that Filthies is a nightclub per se.
yeah.
I'm treading carefully with what I say because I don't want to fucking say anything wrong. But I feel like Filthies is more of a social gathering for a big bar as
Yeah.
opposed to an actual
I've never-
dingy nightclub.
I've never been on it.
I've been in it a couple of times, but I've been told that it's changed now. It was kind of like you went into it and there was like a bar in the middle, and then off the bar there was an offshoot. So you went to like the outside bar or a cocktail bar or the wee
Yeah.
upstairs bar, but it was just lots of different bars off this main bar.
Yeah, I know what
Yeah.
you mean.
Like it was a good vibe.
There's
Not sure we're
just
going to like work day or something.
Aye,
it's good
that's,
shit.
that's
But
whenever I've went in, like, and coming up to Christmas,
Yeah.
you're out and about in the town. But it's not even that though. The hard scene in Belfast is done, like.
Well,
there's
for
no-
now, like
For
See
now.
now, like even with Tommy's night, like Tommy was always a cert to sell his out, like,
Aye.
and he just isn't able to do it now.
Mm.
Ours, like all ours before the pandemic, fucking selling out, just they're not happening. There's
Agreed.
no, like, you're not getting nowhere near the numbers you got
I was very
pre-pandemic,
surprised.
like.
I was very surprised at Tommy's night selling out because in the up-tempo scene, Chaotic Hostility are up there with
oh,
the
aye.
best. Like they're very popular.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
and it's just surprised me.
But again, is it we've talked about in the show, is it a case of the smallest crowd has the loudest voice and has said to him, get these and we want this,
Yeah.
this, and then when it's come down to it, the casualers are the less inclined to go fucking mental.
I see the people that are asking for you to get artists, and then you get them and they don't even buy tickets and
I
go.
don't go.
You're like, what the fuck?
That's,
Like,
that's
that
another
happens.
big problem as well.
It's happened to us. I've seen it happen to other promoters too, where under their posts it's just bum 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 bum, and then them's book them's, and then these are like, oh no, tally the night. You're like,
There's tons of people doing that,
fuck
mate.
me.
Yeah.
It's like you book the person they want, but then there's something else on somewhere
Aye.
else where
Yeah.
their mates are going.
You've been
Yeah.
asking me for 6 months to bring this
Aye.
artist here, but you want to go to wee Susie's christening.
Uh,
Fuck Susie's christening.
Susie's Christmas.
I know it is.
Bring
weird.
Susie and have the christening here.
It's a tough game. Like, but again, it'll all come back round. I've said the same words, and I feel like I'm fucking
Was it your
beating a
first
dead horse. Like,
event that you put on?
Was that our
Like,
first?
was that your as a person first effort at putting on an event?
Yep.
Did you enjoy it?
No.
Shit, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. No, it sounded amazing at the start. Like,
It seems like it's so easy, and then you realise how many moving
the
parts.
stress, mate, is that like, see, as well, you're gonna laugh at this. See, I got a fella to pick me up. We went to Dublin to get Myth, our headliner.
Yeah.
So all in well, like we're talking our way down on the motorway, and we were still in the south.
yeah.
The tire exploded.
Oh, shit.
It didn't even just like go flat. It exploded. So he was cause his spare tire, and then the stuff was in his luggage was in the boot, and he had to stand outside with his girlfriend in the freezing cold while this fella was changing the tire to get back down. And then on the way there was a diversion, went down a country road, and there was a car crash.
Oh shit!
I swear to God.
You're like,
So it's disaster on
I
the way
mean,
up.
we eventually got there, like, but I think the night going that well made it all just a wee bit sweeter. Like,
it's a funny story to look back and laugh on. It's
Aye.
like it's that last wee hurdle that you have
Aye.
to get over to for the reward kind of thing.
See, even the worst experiences you have, they're fun when it's over. Like,
aye,
Yeah.
definitely.
like me and Dave look
Can't
back
say
at some of
can't tire.
our and go like, "Fuck, that was a laugh."
But it people don't see
Halloween.
what goes in. You're a lot more fucking doing events than I am. I'm a very open and avid fucking opponent for. I will help you do our events, but it's your brainchild, not mine. Fuck that.
It is.
There's
There's
too
it's
much
stressful.
shit that
Like,
goes into it.
But like it's the same. It's just rinse, wash, repeat. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just get people into Belfast, mate. That's my only advice I can give you. Don't be doing that Dublin shit. Like,
Nah.
I know, well, you can't really say much. We didn't want to do it here, and we fucking jumped ship and went done it all around the UK, so...
I know. But it's alright when it's yourself. Like, if promoters are fucking getting us from Dublin, I don't mind that. But see, whenever you're trying to set a nightclub up and you've got a lot of moving parts, you've got fucking 3 different nationalities in the city, you need to do it all in Belfast, like.
It's just a tough finding somewhere.
You know
what I mean?
It's fucking... Where was he coming from? Holland?
Holland, mate. We're going from Holland.
But it's as well... How people need to realise that you pay a lot of money for these people to come, like not just their fee, but also flights and hotels and transport here and there and their food and all that there. Like it's not a problem, but the issue is people can't keep expecting to see whopping lineups if they're not going to go out and support the scene, because the promoters can't keep losing money, and it's everyone. It's not anyone in particular, and there's only so long. Not that you can flog a dead horse, but when you're so far out of pocket, you have to say, right, I'm out.
Yeah.
For the time being.
Exactly.
And that's what the problem I think we have now is people are just like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna go and just see what all my friends are doing instead of just going out the hard things.
Yeah. It's club nights as well. I mean, I think club nights are done. People would rather wait and go to Creamfields or Planet Love or fucking whatever else, mate. It's just not, I don't know, it's not the same. Like, see, before the pandemic, see, everything we done, I remember there was about a 2-year stretch where, like, every gig we played was fucking rammed.
Yeah.
No matter where it was. And we were like, fuck me, we're actually doing this here. Like, fucking, well, it was Rona events, while we were fucking being booked in England, fucking Wales, wherever. Like, we were going, and the places were rammed.
Yeah.
And we thought, fuck, we're doing this. And then the thing just went, just fucking, because the year after the pandemic, 2021 was great too. Like everywhere was packed in. It's just been 2022, back into 2022 and now.
But then you capitalised on the pandemic a bit. You kind of just used that as a time to go and just do shit on TikTok and...
I changed my whole life in the pandemic.
Yeah.
I swear to God, like...
Fair
Like
play to you,
set goals, have achieved a lot of them. Like, but I'm still got ones. Like,
Yeah.
some that just
And the
seem
goals
so
post
far
will
out of reach.
move, mate. Once you reach them, there'll be more.
that's what I
Like,
mean.
it never ends.
I've placed one so
You're
far.
never
out of
happy,
reach,
should I say?
so far out of reach that I might not even get.
Yeah.
But it's better to have it there.
It helps me actually try and go for it. Know what I mean?
What is it to say? Better to aim for the moon and miss, because at least you land amongst the stars.
Don't say that again.
But no, I get you. Like when we first formed, we did kind of form it as a business more than actual friends. Like you had connections to get me DJ sets, and I was good at making music, and you wanted to get better.
Yeah.
So I was like, right, I'll give you my skills, and you take mine. We've now formed a great friendship through it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I forgot what I was saying again.
I lost the train of thought.
At this.
We didn't like each other when we started. This is what he's trying to say.
Oh, really?
No, we did, mate. It was just we had I had my set. I was playing before Dave came along. I was playing sets everywhere, like. So, and he wasn't. But I wasn't that good at making music, and he was good at making music.
So it just made
So I was
sense.
like,
Completely lost
but
my thought there.
he was releasing on my label. I had a label, Infusion Audio, back then. So I was like, mate, I don't like where things are going here. You don't like where things are going. Let's sit down and we'll try and make a tune. The first tune we made is now at what, fucking nearly 500,000 streams or something. So
banger, right?
so we're like,
Got it.
and that's how it happened. And then it just, you know what I mean, we started getting gigs. We weren't getting paid for these gigs at the start. We were fucking just playing gigs, but we're getting the name out there, and then it just started to build and build.
On what you were saying. I
Our
remember
peak
now.
was probably 17, 18, like
Yeah.
2017, 18.
Was that the Illuminate night? Was that the one?
Aye, but no, that was our night.
That was
That
our
was
night.
our
No,
event.
like,
But
just for us as artists. It was
it's like
kind of
artists,
around then.
like 2017, 18, like we were playing we played like 3 or 4 gigs in that time with 10,000 plus people there.
Yeah.
Like, it was madness.
What you're saying about goals, like that's what we did. We sat down. It's like, you're going to help me. I'm going to help you. What do we want to achieve in the next 12 months? And what do we want to do in the next 5 years? And as you say, you just slowly tick them off. And they're not... it's good to have big goals. But if you have wee small goals to help you just get to the next step, you get there a lot quicker than saying, I want to be signed by Q-Dance in the next 3 months, and I've never touched
I don't set
computer.
time limits. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't.
I've tried to set time limits, and then I've just put pressure on myself where I didn't need to. Like,
Yeah, that's it. Again, we tried to do a fucking album, and once I said let's do an album, my brain just went nah, mate.
We had like 2 fucking hardstyle tunes, fucking 3 raw style tunes, just sort of like 2 UK hardcore tunes, a French core tune, and like we had like 8 tunes or something, and Dave was like, let's make an album, and he didn't make one tune after that for ages. But I was like, just
talking maybe about 4 or 5 months.
all you
every
would have
time I
needed
sat
was
down.
3 more tunes. I didn't care about an album. It was him wanted to do it. And I was like, let's go. Well, fucking put too much pressure on
I
himself.
probably have that amount of unreleased stuff. I could just release them all at once as an album. Like, but I don't
Nah,
wanna do
drip
it.
them out.
I
Drip
don't
them
wanna
out.
do
Mate.
it.
One
But
a
that's
month.
it.
See if you've got 12, do one a month.
Aye. Well, I want other people to release them.
Well, that's it. You can't be in control then of when they come
No,
out.
I'm not really fussed
Mate,
on when
we
they
have
come out.
we have
like.
had tunes where like it's 7 months, 8 months, a year even to come out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we've had like, and the labels had them for a long time, and it's took a long time to come out because they have a schedule as well.
Man, do you
Some
ever
labels do 2 tracks a month on a
Don't say sorry. He never fucks up.
2 tracks a month. Some labels do, and there could be 18 tracks there
Yeah.
that they've signed. So you just have to wait your turn. Like,
Do you ever notice once that tune comes out, the stuff you're doing at the minute is just 10 times better?
Yep.
yeah,
Always.
Yeah.
every tune we have ever released, I look back and go, that could have been better. Or this could have been better. You're
Yeah.
never happy.
Same
mate.
boat. Like,
But
I'm in the
that's
same
the
boat.
delay because you're getting better with each track that you make, but it's being held back by other tracks needing to go out on a label. Then
Yeah,
you're just.
you're never happy, are you? Like,
But you
nothing
feel like
is
people
ever
aren't getting a
happy.
true reflection of who you currently are because that what they're listening to now is that's past me.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Oh,
And how much you've listened to that track within that amount of time.
there's still people. There's people that was telling me, he's like, "Why did you take this down? No, why did you take this down here? Oh, it's fucking terrible."
No,
like-
I know. I
like
don't
horrific.
agree with that, mate. Because then people can see whenever you do finally blow up, people can go back and look at your progress.
I don't
Because
want them to see us,
we have
like,
never deleted anything, and there's some real
Oh, there is,
bad shit
yeah.
out there. Like, there's
Maybe in
some
a few
real
years.
bad shit. Like,
maybe in a few years we'll just make a post and say, "This is the stuff
here's
I
some
was
stuff."
making.
uh,
This is the stuff I was making, but way back
Yeah.
when." Like,
but
A
back
big
then,
content video.
back then it was good for your ability and our ability. Like, you know what I mean? That's just the way it is. Like, there's a 10-year progression. If you go onto our SoundCloud and go back and just look up, you'll go, fuck, bad, but you just see it getting better and better.
We also didn't take it that serious until a certain point, and then we had a chat, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. And do you know what he turned around and said to me? That's right, now fuck off, quit. And
Fuck off,
once he that was it, just point blank, and I was like, fuck you, I'm not quitting. And then we doubled
two different
down,
mindsets.
and
That's
then
it,
once COVID happened, it was like, right, we either need to make this a business and go double hard, or just don't at all.
It is. It's. People don't realize how hard it is. Like,
Oh, it's
it's like, and it's a fucking cutthroat industry. Like, it really is. And see the rejection. I got to the stage now where I don't give a fuck genuinely because I've
Yeah.
done everything I've wanted to do, and I think we took it as far as we could in that time.
Yeah.
But now I don't care about the rejection. But see, 3-4 years ago, the rejection, it cut the fucking like it hurt, and you're like, why? What are we doing different? Like, before we played.
There's people, I think, in this country especially, because for such a small little island, we have produced across the board in sports, literature, fucking TV, movies, fucking music, everything.
Terrorists.
We have, terrorists. We have produced some amazing quality shit, but there's so many people that are so talented.
We're
that
good at bomb
can't
making,
take
whether it's
no.
tunes or bombs.
And you're just
Speed.
like, you think about some of the people you've known, and they're like, you could be better, and they're like, okay, well that clearly means I'm shit, and they just stop.
no.
Like, why stop? It's not a bad thing. Just
No.
Don't take it thick. You need criticism. Like,
we were in a wee group chat. There was a few Scottish ones and all in it too.
Yeah.
And basically we just post stuff in, and there's like honest advice.
help each
like,
other.
Don't
Yeah.
tell me this is good if it's not good.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to get anywhere.
isn't that the worst though? Whenever you send somebody a track and they're like, oh, I love it.
I hate that. I mean, I
And it's
really
like,
hate that.
Thanks.
There
but-
is something wrong with it. Like,
yeah.
yeah, there is. Like, know what I hate, but too, I hate people giving you personal taste. So not like,
Yeah.
right, you need to bring that kick up a dB or two, or you need to fucking cut the leads away a bit more. You need to say change that more. Not like constructive criticism. I hate people go, I would have that build up an extra 8 bars.
Yeah.
And you're like, I know, but this is the way I want the fucking tune.
Yeah.
Like, give me constructive criticism. Oh, there's a bum note there or whatever. Don't tell me how to build the fucking track.
It doesn't work.
Don't do that. So I try not to give people. See, if I listen to the track, because people send me tracks all the time, I'm like, I try not to give them my how I would go about that track, but I always try and say, oh, here, no, you would need to fucking lower this or bring this up or maybe add a pad there. Do you know what I mean? Something like that.
It's good that you have that. You have quite a good little crew that you are forming like a wee tight.
That's
unit.
that's a scene. That's what a scene is.
Yeah.
Whereas whenever we came up, like it was just me and you. There was me and you, and like nobody else wanted to talk to us.
You against the world.
Aye, but it wasn't like there was no wee tight. See, whenever we were coming up, there was a crew of people, but me and Dave were literally the only ones that made music out of them all. And then, like, we had no one to ask until Alex came along. Alex Kidd helped us a lot. He seeked us out, but we didn't have like a crew of people we could go to. So like, you're really in a good position there because it will help you in the long run.
There's only like 5 people or 4 or 5 people. It is. They're actually from here in the group chat. They're all from Scotland.
That's good.
That's one of my goals.
To get
So see, in terms of hard music, Scotland is light years ahead of here. Have you ever played in a classic grand or been in it?
Scotland is the one to tick off from our UK checklist. You played in Scotland in an illegal one that I didn't go to.
As phase 2, but he didn't go.
See, if you think the bat's bad for Sweden, see the classic grand, it's like a sauna.
Did you ever go to Plastic?
Never, no. Never. Bad?
I had a hangover for 2 days and I didn't drink just because I
Heat stroke.
sweat so much.
I'm telling you, that's the worst sweat I've ever had playing a set. There's photos of me and Dave, and you can just see.
There's something nice about it. At the time, it's shit, but then you think back, like, that's what ravens about. Like, just sweaty fucking
I had a
rings.
white t-shirt on, and you could just see my skin. That's how
really?
wet it was, mate. It was so
I had a
bad.
grey
Like,
shirt
That
on,
is what ravens about. Like,
it is.
Like, there was times or whatever when I was raving, I still do. Like I knock into someone knocks into me, spills my drink, and I was like, so sorry. I was like, it's a rave, shit happens.
No, calm down.
Just calm yourself.
And then you get the ones who start fighting you. Like, why
Mate, that's
are
the
you
worst.
fighting?
But there's plenty of people like that here.
Yeah.
It does ruin
People
it, like-
love an old scrap here.
Oh, they do. They really do, and it's pointless.
Or it's like, oh, you were talking to my missus. Like,
So
yeah. Like I think I've said this before in the podcast. I love it when we're DJing and you see a fella dancing up to Nicole, and you can see the old whisper in the ear, and then she points up to the decks, and you're like, you're not competing with that dick. Oh, for fuck. It's like, see that guy you're dancing to right now? That's my partner. Oh, right. Have a good night, love. Bye. You just see them merrily dancing on their way, but like, she doesn't get angry whenever girls come and get pictures from me. I'm not going to get angry when that happens because we both know we're going home together.
Yeah,
But then you have people like, oh, you spoke to my missus. Well, I didn't know that she was your missus until I said hello. If they keep doing it, then yeah, you've got a problem.
Oh, if they know, like, yeah.
It's like,
that's
here,
it,
I know you're with him there, but do you wanna come with me here? Then that's when you can sort of step on it. But people are far too fucking hot-headed here.
They are.
it's not, mate. It's like it everywhere, mate. There's always people who think they're fucking the be all and end all.
See a Planet Love actually. It was first time I met Dave Punch and we were speaking or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's a great crowd and all here. Like, there was good turnout and all this here. I turned around, someone got knocked out in front of us.
Bollocks.
I swear to God, like
You couldn't time that any better.
like we had to step back and all. Like if I hadn't stepped back, he was going right into me. Like he was KO'd on the floor. I think it's
Great atmosphere. It's good to see everyone getting along. Boom.
I think it might have been just after your set even maybe.
I suppose it wasn't even fucking late into the day. Like, it was early
No,
doors.
I was early enough. Like.
Madness, isn't it?
Again, like, fuck that. What have you sent?
We'll see. This is the most unluckiest man
Frank Selak.
in the world.
Was it a video?
So we'll see.
Frank Selak,
Make it a big thing.
Oh, that's what she said.
known as the luckiest unlucky man that has lived, seemed to have a superpower of surviving everything life
This is
and
madness,
death
like.
threw at him. In January 1962, Frank boarded a train that was suddenly derailed. The train plunged into an icy river. While 17 other passengers drowned, Frank survived the fall and swam ashore with a broken arm and hypothermia.
Sure, it was
A
good
year
swim.
later, while on his first and only plane ride flying from Zagreb to Rijeka, the back door blasted open, sucking everyone into the sky, killing 19
Kiwi
people.
sound effect there, just to
Amazingly,
let you know you get
Frank
sucked
landed
away.
on a haystack
Scared
with
me a
only
bit.
minor scratches. 4 years later, Frank boarded a transport
It's doing my
bus.
head, and he's called
The
Frank,
bus
and the
skidded
subtitles
and
call him
plunged
Fran.
into a river,
I blame
sinking all the way
translate.
down. Yet again, Frank survived the fall and swam to the surface, then to the shore with a few cuts and bruises.
But by this stage
In
in Frank's life,
1970,
like
Frank
he's
was
a
driving
pro
his
swimmer. He should
car
be in the
when an
Olympics.
engine
Fuck's sake.
failure ignited the fuel tank, bursting the car into flames. Frank jumped out of the vehicle just before it exploded. A few years later, the same thing happened with
Are you
his
sure
new
this guy doesn't just
While his
work
hair
on
was
Hollywood films?
Frank otherwise
he
exited
was a
the vehicle
stuntman.
safely. In 1995, he was hit by a city bus.
Fuck
and
away,
by a truck.
off.
He survived that freak accident, too.
course
In
he did.
1996, he was involved in a head-on collision on a mountain curve.
Please tell me
Frank
at
was
the
not
end he
wearing a
dies
seatbelt and was
somehow.
ejected out of the car, clinging to a tree branch as he watched his vehicle fall 300 feet.
He's like,
2 days after his 73rd birthday,
No.
Frank won the lottery for $1.1 million. At the time of his win, he also married for the 5th time.
Jesus.
Can
isn't
I-
that madness?
Can I
You got
just
some
say,
bad luck
right?
somewhere.
Does he not look like he is in the mafia?
Aye.
Maybe that's why he's been chucked and killed so many times.
It's been
Someone, he knows
assassination
something.
attempts. Aye.
Flip that over.
Fucking crazy. I mean, I seen it and I was like, that is bonkers. I'll leave that for the show. And then it is madness, man, isn't it? Like,
Aye,
seeing
get
you
some
look
bad
it up,
luck.
like, how much shit that happened to him.
Is that
But
like
the fact
is that
that he
a
won the
trailer
lap-
for the next Final Destination?
That's what I thought when I seen it. The Final Destination. That was on last night, actually.
Fucking Frank, fair play to him. Do you want to see if we can get him on the show?
Fran. That's Fran must be his name. It's just the autocorrect or the auto speech.
No, do you
then-
never notice that sometimes the subtitles are wrong? I don't annoys the fuck out of me.
I know it's an easy fix too. You can
Aye.
just fix it. Like,
Aye, but it's
don't do it.
auto-generated, so it's whatever the computer's picking up as
Aye, there
what
were
it's saying as.
no way they were going through it and fucking fixing it. ChatGPT, sort your life out.
I've never even used that, you know.
No?
No,
Have you not?
I've
What
seen
you're
a lot
missing.
of the AI imagery, you know, like
That,
put in different prompts and stuff.
I tried to do a bit of that, but see how detailed you really need to be to get it to work. Like, you have to tell it what angle you want the light to be coming at it a certain way and all this here. Like, you can type in, I want this, and it'll give you something, but it's like, it's not really
what you want.
eligible what the fuck's going on.
There's a friend of mine that does it often. He's amazing at it. Like,
Is he?
Aye, like really good. Like,
Do you see the ones on TikTok where it's like turn yourself into a GTA character?
aye,
They're pretty bang on. Like, so you
I
put
know.
a picture of yourself up and it swipes across and then it turns you into a GTA character. They're cool as fuck.
I
like.
have tried it. Like, no,
Have
Aye.
you?
I try all the filters and never post it. Like, never post
What do you
it.
look like as a GTA character?
Same as now.
Oh, look,
Aye.
it's like a fucking West Belfast hood.
Big janty.
Aye.
Oh, you definitely need to be getting yourself on ChatGPT. Like, change
Well, it
the
is
life.
good. Like, we have done it. We have done, like, trying to write lyrics, and then it always needs a fucking human touch, doesn't it?
Aye. I
Like-
applied for jobs and all just for a laugh to see how
Oh,
good
I
it was.
heard you saying all that. Jesus.
It's definitely worth using. Like,
So does it just go onto the internet and apply for it? Like you don't have to
No,
actually.
no, no. So what I did was I took my CV and I took the. You know, whenever you apply for jobs, it gives you the specs of what you need to have for the job and what the criteria is and what you'll be doing and all this shit. And I put all that into it and was like, right, based on these criteria and the CV that I've supplied to you, could you please write me an application for this job that would make me be a prime candidate? And it goes, okay, here you go.
In
And then
seconds,
you
like.
copy and paste
It's-
it,
it is
change a wee bit
scary, like,
around.
it
And
is scary.
I wrote a play using ChatGPT.
Oh really?
I'll show you when we're off, fully, but
You should
yeah.
put it on. You should put it on.
Well, we talked about
we're
it
going
briefly,
to act
but
it out. We'll bring a few people in and we'll
Dude,
act it
that's
out
what
on
I
the
should-
show.
We'll do that for Christmas.
Aye,
We'll
we'll
bring
act.
it. That's what it is. It's a nativity.
We'll act it out on the show, and we'll get like 5 or 6 people in to play all the characters. That would be funny as
But
fuck.
even that, I wanted to write an email to Disney to ask them, could I get like trademark or something off them, or like use this idea because I'm so happy that it is the way it is. And I told ChatGPT what I was looking to do, and it wrote me this full professional email to send to the fucking people at Disney. And I was like, yep,
Take it.
Did you send it?
Not yet. I've still a few wee kinks to work out
Alright,
in
okay.
things, but
Yeah, the storyline's not completely
well, no,
fixed yet.
I've still got to write music for it.
Uh,
I've got ideas and lyrics for songs and stuff, but I just need to.
Do it.
up tempo,
yeah.
closing out.
That's what I was about to say. Do it in the opera house and let me close.
I could be the fucking soldiers marching and just.
Ah,
He's sprinting.
that's a good idea. That actually. Every time the fucking soldiers, what do you call them?
King Harold, but it won't be. It'll be Palpatine.
Aye, but what do you call the soldiers?
What type of place?
So you're like, what the
What
fuck? It's a Star Wars themed nativity play.
Aye, but what do you call the?
Oh, I heard.
What do you
oh,
call
yeah,
the soldiers?
Oh, stormtroopers.
Stormtroopers, aye. So every time there's a stormtrooper scene, it's just bum 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 bum.
It's when they're all shooting and all, just fucking got bombs and all going off.
Aye. That's fuck's sake. It's like a war in Ukraine. Your tunes.
Fuck off.
Oh my god.
Let's go, percussion.
You must feel like you've got the full fucking spectrum sitting
No,
here
I-
today. Now we're on to Ukraine, Jesus.
No, I actually read up about Ukraine just in case he said anything.
We're supposed to be doing research on you for the show, not the other way. Oh, I'm going to fucking find out what's going on in Ukraine in case Sergi talks about it.
Our research is, Adam, I like his
I
tunes.
know.
Get him on.
Look at your research about me.
Well, you can't even say your name right to start
know.
with. So he didn't do too fucking
Distortion.
I'll just change it.
May as well, mate. Help me out.
May as well just change it.
good. What's next for you then?
Beat me to it. I was just about to ask him.
I don't know. I'm working on some stuff at the minute. Basically, my target label is what I want to do. Like you were saying about rejection.
Yeah.
Like I've sent loads to this one label, and as soon as they email me and say, no, sorry, there's too much stuff getting released. I know there's too much stuff getting released at the minute, and whatever, can't fit it in. I was like, okay, here's another one.
Yeah.
I've constantly been doing that.
That's
So it's
it.
just
That's
it's just
what to
been
do,
a cycle.
Continue to do that. And
No, no doesn't mean no. It just means not right now.
Yeah.
aye. They don't want to be dicks and say it's not good enough, maybe, or
Well,
whatever.
they've done that on one of them, like, which I appreciated.
But that's it. You'd rather people
Said,
be fucking
Like,
honest with you.
one email was, sorry, this isn't for us. Basically, please send more in the future. And then the next one I sent, they said, wow, that's a massive improvement.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, there's no space for it at the minute. I said, right,
That
here's
even
another one.
have to be acknowledged.
Aye.
That's good for them to even say yes. We.
That's what they're saying. They're saying, listen, you're on the right track.
Your wee happy pen's gonna fall out of your pocket there.
Why was I looking as if it's like I had diabetes?
You fucking take it and be like, "Oh, you want this back, do you?"
I was trying to fucking dose him.
Slowly just go bam.
I know.
But no, that's it. Just continue doing that, or mate, and continue making the music you're doing, and you'll always get better, and you'll see what you're saying about your tunes. You'll always hit your tunes in the future. Like,
I always have like a wee cycle. See, I work on my OGs, and then once I've wrapped up an OG or whatever, trying to get it released and stuff, I do edits as well in the middle, just because they're fun.
It's to keep the brain fresh before you come up with
Yeah.
another wee original idea. Yeah.
Well, I just like the fun aspect more than anything. Like,
Yeah.
know
because
what
I liked
what I mean?
the Intershock one. The edit
Aye.
you done. I liked that. Like,
I said I'd ruin
good
it for them.
I remember seeing that actually.
Yeah, I-
Done a good job.
Yeah, I did.
Definitely
I-
ruined it.
Yeah, big time. I played that at the last Not Fazed event there.
Yeah,
It went down
everything
well.
you played at our event was your own, wasn't it? Basically?
2 songs weren't.
Well, still
Two
pretty
songs
go
for
fucking
ahead,
good
mate.
going.
Go ahead.
And there was more I could play there, but I didn't want to.
Aye.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Either didn't fit or just didn't like.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? But I got a video of that Intershock one. Someone set a camera up near the back of the room, and the whole place was shaking because of the bass.
Take it. Take
I
it.
know.
That's you sure just one wee shake effect on the camera, was it? Oh,
Aye.
look at that fucking
No,
shake
he was
there.
behind it, just shaking. I got you.
It's
I
like
got
that in there, but because the first one, the Adaro one, we set the camera up behind us, remember, on the tripod,
Aye.
and it just
Aye.
kept moving.
Yeah.
It wouldn't
So-
sit still
Oh,
at all.
wouldn't sit at all.
Nah.
Oh,
Like,
I thought
no,
it was just
no
a
wee
bit of
stand on the
shaking.
decks because it's so hollow, the
Yeah.
floor.
See,
the
but see,
vibrations of it was moving
see
the
above,
tripod.
which we didn't know on that first night, there's a fucking thing you can screw the camera into.
Oh, right now?
Yeah, there's a stand no beside the the screen,
That's class.
and you just screw the camera into it. So if you're going to take videos in the future, remember that, or just
Yeah.
get a connection for your phone even, and just screw it in,
Aye.
put your phone up.
That's a good idea, actually.
Uh,
There was a guy that filmed 22 minutes of my set.
Fuck.
Just set the phone up and done 22 minutes of it.
take it.
Had to
So
keep
I-
it of content.
I know, so I just have
Bet you his memories fucked.
That's why I had to take 22 minutes so you could
Ah,
fucking
no.
remember it.
Oh no. No, there is a good number of people that supported me from day one and continuously doing it.
Yeah,
But
oh,
that's
good,
it, and you do remember the ones
Aye.
who follow you from
There-
the start.
Yeah, there was one guy who was at my very first gig in Portrush, and I played terrible. Like they loved it,
Yeah.
but I played terrible.
You'll find that.
But yeah, but he still supports me to this day. I send him all my unreleased stuff and all, 'cause he does big
But that's
mad
good, and
reactions.
he's obviously got to see
I
the
remember
progression.
too, like the first time someone recognised us at a gig,
Mm.
like too, and I never forget it. And like I was like, "What? You're here to see us?
I know.
Like us?
I know.
Like you get, and that's a bad thing because you do sort of get used to that now, don't you? The more it happens, the more you get used to it. But it's like at the start, I couldn't believe that people were actually travelling in a car to come and watch me and Dave in a nightclub in Wales. And you're
That's
like,
what I was even saying
Yeah.
before we started the show. I can't believe people are sitting watch us talk shit in this room.
I've watched every one of them.
Not be watching this one.
I might.
Get in the chat.
Just watch
so-
it now.
I know it's good to see Louise in the chat. Like. Where's
Willie
Wee-
Bennington.
Willie Bennington's in
There
the
there
chat.
too.
Fucking hell, go ahead, lads.
Oh,
What's happening, Zorza?
I see when I went to Glasgow.
There's Jared in. Nice to see you, Jared.
See, when I went over to Glasgow, I went over for a Dark Side event. You know, just as obviously raving. I'm not playing on it yet, like, but watch
Yeah.
the space. But there was people coming up to me asking for photos.
yeah.
Like I was
It's
just
nuts.
like, what?
Yeah.
How?
I know.
I
But
know.
that's how you know you're on the right track, mate.
Yeah.
People appreciate what you're doing, and it's
As much as I find it awkward getting photos, DJ fame, as I've always said, is when you're on decks, people love you. But whenever you're off the decks, you can walk through a crowd really, and no one gives a fuck who you are. But when people stop you for a photo, they're proper diehards because they actually
Yeah,
know what
they
your
know who
face
you
looks
are.
like, and you're like, right, sweet, well, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It
But
is
still,
nice.
It's weird though, isn't it?
There was about, I swear to God, there was about a 45-year-old man stopped me. I swear to God, he's like, "Oh, I've seen you on TikTok." I can't do a Scottish accent, so I'm not gonna try.
All right, pal. Seen you on
Are
TikTok
you-
last
are
night.
you
Are you
daft
sure he
ape.
wasn't looking at a different type of photo from you? An older man approaching a young boy?
Will you take my
I
talk?
don't know. I'm 24. Sure, what about you last week saying you're fucking kids?
Thank you for reminding me about that, because I forgot about
I
that,
can't
and I
believe he actually did me dirty like
and
that.
I guarantee you it's not in the clips.
Of course it wasn't. I'm in control of the clips.
I've got the clips there. I've got
You're a
the
dick.
full thing there. Thank you
I am a
very
dick.
much. Amazing.
I want to ask you, because we're coming short. I know you have to go. You've got some very interesting tattoos.
Oh, mate, Jesus. Right, so my sister got a stick and poke for the fun of it, and we were all drunk, and I just tattooed my hands.
Did you do all them? Aye.
Well, I done this hand, then Miss done that hand. There's like Pac-Man and stuff on
Aye. Take it.
it. Aye.
And
Yeah,
what's the
that's my
stick and
son's
poke?
name.
Like the
Yeah.
fucking tap?
Aye, basically, there's like, you get a wee ink cartridge about that size, and then you dip the ink into it, and then you just put it in enough to break the skin. And,
good.
and you can tattoo yourself. And they've that was about 5 years ago.
That one there
Yeah.
looks like
It's terrible,
You've
mate.
been out last night and the stamp hasn't washed off.
Aye.
Yeah, I
That's
know,
what it
I
is.
know.
Aye.
You didn't do them tapping
No,
the planets.
No, no, I got them done professionally, and then I got that one done. That's my son's name.
Have you got Pluto on your arm?
Pluto?
Mm.
No, it's
What
not
about
planet.
Uranus?
It's not. That's somewhere else.
It's a wee bit south.
It's a wee bit south of the border.
Is that not sore then? Just fucking
Nah, it's
hammering.
just a needle. Like.
See, I've got no
I'm-
tattoos.
Oh, have you?
I'm
used to-
completely.
I
no.
stick a needle in myself 4
Dunno.
times a day.
I-
Sweet.
I the way I see tattoos is tattoos used to be a sign of rebellion that people done, and then everyone jumped on board, and I was like, well, fuck you then, I'll rebel by not having a tattoo. Yeah.
Most of mine I done for a laugh, to be honest. Like,
Aye.
I don't really. I've got one on my back, like, as well, and that was the most painful thing I've ever done.
Was that a proper one, or is that another
it's an
tattoo
actual
one?
proper one, like tattoo shop. It's,
But tapping it in is just the same as getting the fucking wee thing shooting in, like with a gun, like.
But I
it's,
would
it's-
imagine that like the wee gun. Again, I don't know because I've never got it, but the wee gun I imagine goes. If someone's tapping you, like, I would far rather somebody like you. I don't know, using an electric drill on me than fucking go boom boom, because you're gonna feel
Well,
every fucking.
It's not like that. It's you don't really tap it constantly. Like, it's because if you do that, you'll not get precision.
right. Okay.
You just go carefully
Find a
and
video
break
of
the
this.
skin. It's just stick and poke. But there's ones that are like, I know there's
Stick
like
and
trades
poke?
and stuff.
You're gonna get a fucking.
If I type in stick and poke, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
definitely.
There's like tribes in Africa and all would do, like, you would
I've
have
seen-
one
I've
and then
seen things
tapping
like
it with
that.
something.
It is mad, like.
See, here, this one looks a bit more suitable than that other one. Some woman lying in bed. It's like, I wonder what the fuck that is. That's nonsense.
That was dick and poke.
Did your sister do this just for a laugh, or is she
Yeah,
a tattooist, or
No, she likes tattoos, like, but I think she just was like,
Aye,
I'm
oh,
gonna get a stick
it's
and
one of them.
do you know it'd be a great idea?
One of them impulsive buys
it was
where
in lockdown.
you're on
Right, okay. say
Amazon
no
and
more.
you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I bet. Right.
Get to the point. Fuck off. Didn't realise that this was some sort of art attack.
Was this the one you have? Makes sense now. Like.
Alright, so today's just next week.
So for those that are watching, it's just like a wee. It's not even a pen. It's like a wee stick with a needle on the end of it, with like
It's a
string
pencil.
tied around.
I-
We didn't use a pencil, like we used an actual needle.
I don't know, like I still think the wee gun looks like it'd be a lot less sore than that.
A gun sword too. Like
it's about the
depends where you
same,
get
like-
them. Like
the one on my back was absolutely agony. Like
because of bone and all.
it sounded like someone getting their hair cut. Because I'm like a skeleton anyway, like. But because they were right on the bone, it was
Aye.
like. Zzz,
Oh no.
it was very bad. Like, but it was like 2 hours into it or something. I didn't feel nothing.
I just
I
numb.
just numb.
Yeah, I didn't feel nothing, and then towards the end and all, I was like, I can't do this. Like,
I don't know.
so when are
Well-
you getting your first tattoo?
Me?
No.
Never.
We'll do it on the show.
I'm not getting a tattoo.
Bring my stick and book.
I just
No.
want before we go here. Side Effects tune has been put up everywhere. Please go and support it. Of our other alias, which is Dice.
D1CE.
D1C. I'm sure everyone has seen us post a bit of stuff about it. Yeah, we're just going to release the music on that alias. We don't really want to be releasing softer stuff as phase 2. It just defeats the purpose.
Cool story, bro.
So go and check all the new music out, please, at Dice. www.dice.co.uk. But it's a 1 instead of an I.
Yeah.
Check We Distortions.
So say, have you anything you want to plug?
Distorted.
Where's the stores?
Distorted. Go and check all his stuff out. Well, have you got anything you want? Have you got a website? No?
Nah.
I'll show you how to set it up quickly now.
I've SoundCloud.
Send us whatever links. Will you put your links in the description
Yeah,
of the show?
send the
and
links.
I'll send my link tree. I've got a link tree.
If you
Yes.
link tree, just do
Get
that.
that
So
in.
what is it for? Link tree / distortion.
No, just distorted.
I nearly said it right. I was like, I can't be saying it right. So link tree / distorted, but it's a Z.
Yeah.
So-
it's a Z because it's cooler.
Go and check all his stuff out, and then obviously all our phase 2 stuff as well.
Yep. Until
And-
next time.
Yeah. See you all again.
See you
Thanks
later.
for coming.
Peace.
Phase 2.